I wanted to go over the order of the service. We have pre-service, which are basically the children who come in early, and then it's part of the room preparation. We'll also go ahead and like prepare the crafts, make sure that the snacks are prepared, etc. And the children will enter the room when you have two people, and it's on Sunday morning 9:30. And the adults will do the welcome and check in. Then they will stay in a room, and then we will transition to another room. We'll do a craft, a bathroom break, and then we'll transition again to the large group room. It's called Together Time. And then when we're finished with that, we'll go back through a transition, and we will have stations or learning centers or rotation. Then we'll have our snack. End of service, we check the children out and send them home. And then after service, we have cleaning to do. So I really wanted to visit about the teaching table and realize that this is the most sacred part of your class. Of all the activities that we have, this is you sharing the Word of God in a close and intimate setting, interactively, so they can touch and feel and know that God made things, or that baby Jesus was born in a barn, and you minister the Word of God to the children at that time. Now, there is a helper that's assigned there, and they are to be silent. They help the children stay focused. They lay your hands on the kids' knees if they're kicking the table, or you hold them if they're hold their hands, or keep their shoulders down if they are bothering their neighbor. If they're talking, that is usually okay, because it's interactive. To see how we do the teaching table, there are two videos. One will be the basic lesson, and that's on PCO under notes. Also, as we do a new unit, that will also be under the notes as well. So the files have the paperwork, and the notes have the videos. And I encourage you to watch them. Um, I think the basic video is just about 4 minutes, and the creation one is pretty lengthy, probably 25 minutes. But there is a lot of, in my opinion, really good teaching on it. So please watch that, and it will heighten your teaching ability. You'll feel more comfortable, and you'll know it's just so much fun. We do have props for you to use at the teaching table. And then a little tip that I learned when I started doing this 40 years ago was each song or each prop had its own index card. And before class would start, I would get my own index cards, and I would organize them in the order that I wanted to teach. And remember, we only teach through the point of the lesson, through the point of the unit, excuse me, that we are covering that week. Like if we're teaching through God made the nighttime, then you do not start talking about the animals. But at the teaching table, it is pretty much an abrupt stop. You go, okay, boys and girls, we are going to pray. Now it's time to pray. And you stop when you have covered all of the lesson up to the you include what we're teaching about that day, but you do not go past that in the teaching table. And then our stations are like, why do we do these? Why do we do these things? Why did Diane come up with this? And I wanted to let you know that it is because learners will remember 90% of what they do. That is why interaction is so important. And it's very important to engage the children. Now, when you want, say, I want to do a learning center, then you go to the counter, you pick up the, I don't know how to call it. It's a container. It's a whatever's there in the little spot that says Learning Center 1, and you take that to the table, you set it up, the children come, and then you follow the dialogue like we've talked about. Please remember that this is not free play. You do not turn a bunch of kids loose with um, a water table or a sand pile or a bunch of rocks. You are there and engaging the children. Remember, we're talking about God made the peas, and God made the green beans, and talk about it. And that's why I want you to engage with the children at the Learning Center. They'll love it. So I wanted to know your role preference. What do you really want to do? Be brave. What do you think the Lord is really trying to get you to do? And this is not cut in granite. You can do things and like, no, that's really not for me. Or, oh, you know, praise and worship is not easy. I really don't want to do that. That is okay. You try it and let's work and see if you like it, if you need more training, or if it's like, no, that's not for me. I'm just going to go prepare the snacks. And that is fine because we need everybody. And the Lord is blessing us, and we are getting more and more children. And we just need to, everybody find a spot. So I'm going to be on PCO, and I will be putting the people listed for each assignment on PCO. And let's see, I think that we're going to make some changes. First of all, we have an additional room that we're using. We've purchased a few equipment pieces for them to play with. The reason is we are trying to get the children in a position where they are ready to learn. And that is when they get the wiggles out, they become regulated, which means they are calm. If they're upset, they're not going to learn. It is just almost a waste of time. So that room is a welcome room. It is to keep them, we're keeping them in there at least 30 minutes from 9:30 to 10 and hopefully 10:15. And we will let them get the wiggles out. When they're ready, we will move them over to the crafts, and they'll be able to start working on that. But we really are excited and just thrilled that we have a place for these 2 and 3-year-olds to get the wiggles out and sort of settle down and be able to learn. We will be doing, since we are using a new room, we will have a new check-in location, which is there at the big window in that room next door. And we will ask the parents to label the sippy cups, label their diapers and their bags. We will take that from them, and then we will have a transition between the gross motor room and the classroom. So I really think it would help if the workers were in position in the regular classroom before we bring them in from the large motor skills room. So we're going to experiment with having craft time as a transition activity, and then we'll get them sort of settled down and in the classroom, and then we'll move them on into the large group. So together time, number 4, we are making sure that we do not use chairs in that classroom. You can use the large circles, or sometimes it works just as well to not even have any circles, no chairs, just have them sit on the floor. And that works well. Also, we are doing my best. This is me trying to time myself to no more than 10 minutes at a station. So we are working on the lead teacher needs to either facilitate every 10 minutes or delegate. Somebody needs to flick the lights, ring a bell, or do something every 10 minutes as we go through the rotation. So we'll stay together. Also, the checkout, this is another change. It's an adult only. You'll bring the cart that has the sippy cups and the diapers and the bags back, and the parents can help themselves to those. Also, we are not doing any gummies on Wednesday night. We are making it optional for the parents to decide on Sunday morning if they want gummies at all. The gummies will be available probably on that cart, but it will be disguised, and they really cannot, the children won't be able to see that those are gummies. And in lieu of gummies, we are also offering tokens for the boat that's at the end of the hall. And the parents are welcome to take the kids and ride the boat. Okay, so do you have any questions, comments, or concerns? Because this is very important that we communicate. Okay, well, thank you so much. You guys are wonderful. I love each and every one of you, and I thank you. Bye bye.